Here we are, Chai-Star G and Mr. C, barely out of the car, barely off the convention floor. Since he's always asking the question, when is the next live stream? There we are in the car, saying, when is it? Well, all right, okay, here we are. Here's the next live stream. We're here to recap C2E2 Saturday highlights.
Swag.
And
it was crazy. I mean, Saturday is always crazy, but man, we had to park far.
Yeah.
Crazy far.
Yeah, so the parking we got in, definitely is some extra steps we're taking on little stepometer or stepometer, depending on which way you want to, which syllable you want to stress.
Sure.
So, all right. So, yeah, we were parking lot B. We walked, we got in. Where do you want to kick us off?
Well, luckily we just kind of went through and into C2E2, so we didn't have to stay in that big corral staging area where they let people in like a whole bunch of cattle. There's I think it was a high school band playing there.
There was. And they were playing we might have already had a short released earlier today on this channel, capturing the moment of walking in. So that was good. That was good. So already entry goal to avoid being in the corral. Check. We did that.
Check.
Were there any disappointments that you had?
No, actually, there were a lot of surprises.
All right, well, let's get into it. My one disappointment was I was looking for artist, Svengoolie anthology comic book artist Liam, who has been a guest on this very channel. I was hoping to be face-to-face in person with Liam. The cards did not be dealt that way. The cards were not dealt that way. It wasn't in the cards is what I'm trying to say. But that would have been definitely one thing that would have made my convention experience better if we had found Liam. Also, if we had found the mysterious Mandarin, that might have made the day just a little touch better. But should we start to break down into your pickups, your items, where did you land?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the quests was from Junkyard.
Junkyard gives
who wanted to get some artwork. I have no idea what this stuff is about, but it's cool. Art is cool. So I think this is like a webtoon somewhere. And I guess let me go into my thing here.
Very polished we are.
Shoot.
Here, I'll hold it so your hands are free.
Okay, thank you.
So let's say, let's get some close-up in here so we can see the images in greater detail. But Junkyard gave us a mission, a quest, if you will. Bring back this item for me, said Junkyard, as though he's sending us on a yellow brick road through the wizardry of the whole business. Look at even the lights up there. Nice lighting effect around the light bulbs.
So the artist's name is Courtney Worth It. I'm probably butchering it. And from what Junkyard says, it's a webtoon. So I guess it's a series of stuff. And he also says that she is recovering from cancer. She told me that she's taking a hiatus until May. But don't quote her on that she's going to get back into it. So,
well, happy to, I'm not always good about putting links in descriptions and links in comment section, but I think that's a good link to include if we want to support somebody who's trying to continue their art and take care of their personal medical business.
I think the webtoon is Honey Lemon or something like that.
All right. Stay tuned for more.
So when I was looking at artists, I normally go see the artists that I normally like to see every year at C2E2. But for some reason, I only thought that one of my artists was there that I liked. But actually, there were more. So, yeah, I spent more than I wanted to. But art is cool. So, this is from Brian Kong. It is a exclusive foil C2E2 of Michael Jordan. I guess Topps has licensing with Michael Jordan, hence why he can draw him. and it's a limited 6 of 50 cards, especially for this. And of course, it's Jordan, which Chicago is
known for. Two legends in the town.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, so one of the other artists, which I thought wasn't there, was there. I'm like, I usually. So the last time I bought like almost all of her stuff. I bought all of her stickers. I bought all the prints, and now she's doing covers for Marvel.
There you go.
Some Marvel stuff. So here is some of the prints.
As we steer into ASMR territory with the opening of the bag.
Yes. What character is this?
Psylocke. X-Men Psylocke.
Aha! Thank you, Mr. C. And it's a foil rendition,
Ooh.
which makes it even more special.
Yeah. Very nice.
And I believe there's a storm.
Storm. Yeah, I hope the camera's capturing it well, but just the color on the foil section really. Does this count as multimedia, mixed media? I'm not sure,
think so.
but it really resonates well here.
And then
little X-23, little in the House of Wolverine.
that's right.
Every time a different backdrop color.
I just love the style that she does. It's very graphic. This is on Noji-san.
Noji-san.
And then she also did this one. I love this anime. It's Dan Da Dan. You could watch it on Netflix. Very cool. So that's Noji-san stuff. And
we previously thought Noji-san would not be present this year.
Correct.
So that's one of the lead surprises, a pleasant surprise.
Correct. And then when you were with what's his face, signing all that stuff with he was in the scooter, the
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones, yeah. So we were waiting for you across the way, and there's an independent artist. She sealed the bag, but anyway, I just loved the graphic style of this. Is so whimsical, and it's just something different that you find in Artist Alley, where it's not just the same characters over and over again, but artists really showing their style graphically and just creating really, really cool stuff. There's 2 other prints in here, but I don't feel like opening the bag.
We're not opening the bag right now.
And then, this
is what happens. See, the laptop has its mind of its own.
Oh.
And then, we're back.
Okay.
Oh, look at Mrs. C got 3. All right. A rare show up in the comments from Mrs. C upstairs. How cool is that? It is good. It is good to land that which we're trying to land.
So I normally don't buy comics anymore.
But it's comic convention.
It's comic convention, and this is from Graham Cracker Comics.
All right.
I bought the 3 Silk graphic novels.
Ooh. All right.
Which I love because it is a Korean American woman who turns into Spider-Man powers.
Well, that is worth reading. Can we see the creative team off of the front cover? It says here Kim. How would we see that? Kara? That's a G or a C? My eyes aren't working.
That's a G.
That's a G. So Kim, Gara, and Herring.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look at this again. From our friends our friends, like they know who we are, but from the fine people, let me say it that way, from the fine people at Graham Cracker Comics, here you go. Nice 3 trade paperbacks, Silk right there. What do we got? Let's go. Nightmare Boulevard, Age of the Witch, Threats and Menaces. It all sounds like good stuff.
So there is a a graphic novel comprised of all 3 of them into one. But I just love that each one has its own.
It's a good cover. It's a good stack of covers.
And so this next one was like the biggest surprise ever.
Right.
So
Uh-oh.
David Nakayama
Oh, stand down. Look out.
So I got the last book, which even he was surprised because it sold out like in like a day. And he drew Spider Gwen
Nice.
with the thanks Greg, and he signed it. But the artwork is just amazing. I don't want to say it's comparable to like a J. Scott Campbell because they have different styles.
But there's some similar youthfulness, some similar vibrancy to it.
Yeah, I
Man.
mean it's just
Hey, guy. You
yeah. I'm
What-
trying
what you got?
I'm trying to find a page here that's good. Hold on. Hey, look.
There it is.
He does
There it
like
is.
comical, whimsical stuff, but then he also does like the real
Jean Grey Phoenix
Jean
on
Grey
that side.
kind of like graphic rendition of it and stuff. I mean, look at this. This is
That's mad energy.
yeah. His style is just super crazy. And what's great about all these artists, they're really down to earth,
Yeah.
and they're like really receptive to people. It's not like, yeah, I'm bigger than poop,
Yeah.
that but they really interact, and they really appreciate you and all of us helping them with their art. So
Coolio.
yeah, so I think that
All right, that covers your. All right, let me come around. In our pre-convention show, we spoke on Hairbrained. We spoke on Relish, the two local, and then Transit Tees is there also. So if you're local to Chicago and you're seeing all these different vendors, art producers, art shops showing stuff, like it's really good stuff.
it really is.
Okay, and so as we said in our pre-show in our pre-convention show, we can't get to everything. We were just having a little sample platter, if you will. But yeah, we cited Hairbrained, we cited Relish.
Yep.
Let's go to hold them up there. Hold them up there. Talking about Michael Jordan. So of course this is a referential to the Bulls' multiple championships on the rings, referential to the celebratory cigar, as it says right now. If you're not sure if you're at Hairbrained or if you're at Relish, but it says Relish, then you know you're at Relish. So good way to keep it all, man. And that logo, that lightning bolt style logo, I like that so much. All right. Now let's see some representation from our other friends who are not really our friends, who don't really know who we are. The fine people from and of Hairbrained. Again, it's once a year, I think it is, and it's in December that Hairbrained opens their doors, not too far from this very spot where we are.
The studio, per se.
Yeah, there, per se. All right. So again, on the Chicago theme. So, right, Chicago fossils, or so pennants, right? Pennants tend to be sports related. Sue, the famous dinosaur from Field Museum. So, again, the energy, the vibe, and the Chicago-ness of all of these. Now you got Chicago Bears in the blue and orange. It's kind of also got more of a Cubs cuteness to it. But it was a really tough decision because, okay, let's pick up some of them now, and in the future, we'll probably pick up more of them because all the stuff that they have is so good. So, all right, there we go. We got the dinosaurs. We got the sports representation. What comes up next? Now, there you go. Now, this looks like total vintage from whatever days gone by, 40s era kind of a feel to it on the font and on the playful, angry expression in your Chicago Cub right there. Got the Chicago Stars and the flag and the pennant as well. So far, so good. And one more pennant. There you go. Doesn't it make you want to ride the train? You know what? When we're done here, we're going to go over to Jeff Park train station. No, we're not really. And we're going to hop on the train just to ride the train. Again, you're good people at Hairbrained. They take care of business. And the best, one L of a ride. See, little pun in there. One L of a ride. Good stuff out of their spot. Okay, now what else? A few more things to cover here. Yeah, earlier you mentioned while I was talking to Chris Jones, and here, let me just talking about the randomness, right? You're just walking down the aisles. And so I have no knowledge of this. I haven't opened it yet, but it was a free Planet, well, not Planet Earth, Planet Death. All right, bad idea. Here, let me get it up there. Planet Death, free giveaway. I'll be getting into checking this out too. But hey, that's kind of the cool stuff. You're just walking in the aisle and somebody's handing you some free stuff. So you mentioned Chris Jones. And when we do, or let me say this. This is not our Svengoolie emphasis coverage of post-con conventions. There will be plenty of Svengoolie time here, but we're here now to speak on the things we picked up and the artists and such. So as I blur the waters of what I've just said, right? So Svengoolie artist and artist in his own right, Christopher Jones. I picked up from him the Marvel family right there. That was he's got so much stuff in the flip book. Also, as I was discussing with him, while you were out buying the other one, I'm discussing with him, right, the value of how often it's quoted from, as we're saying, all these Chicago staple things. The classic line from Blues Brothers, I hate Illinois Nazis. So he didn't have a Blues Brothers mock-up workup over there, but he did have, look at this, I want you to help me fight Nazis. So, it's a play off of the Uncle Sam, the old, I want you to join the service. I want you to help your country. But this just looks great here. That was drew me over to the table. Well, we were going to the table anyway. But upon arriving to the table, I'm like, oh, look at this. Gotta have some of that. And now, as long as we're running the other prints here, I think this was referenced earlier from the comments section. And this is from
Noji-san.
Noji-san again. All right, here we go. So we got here. Talk about manic energy.
Yeah.
And packing a lot of characters, right? You got to have you divide the space in a way that you're not just having them all equal size, but so this is a lot of Spider-Verse right here, all in one shot. That is definitely excellent. Now we got a voiced by Nick Cage, but this is just a poster. So it's not talking. We've been talking Nick Cage, Tiny Elvis again, because that's the classic Saturday Night Live bit. So wherever Nick Cage is, you get good stuff. But again, just the negative use of space, the vanishing line, the POV, all of it, man. This is just really well constructed. Really well constructed. Oh, and okay, so there goes the Nick Cage Spider Noir. Okay, don't fall in. Yeah, all right. Hey, you know what? We just got out of the car.
Here, mommy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And so this one, all right.
So this is what she was originally known for, is this graphic Japanese style. She does a lot of paintings, murals, and stuff like that. A lot of fine art stuff. So I guess Marvel and those guys spotted her and said, hey.
Like David Mack before, like so many things come to fruition that way. All right, a couple more pickups and then we'll go into here. So this you may see again when we get into our Svengoolie specific business here. But this is from Little Bad Ren. Let me get my fingers out of the way so it can be seen clearly. littlebadren.com. I don't know if you're watching, if the QR code there would translate at all. Brenda Wren is the artist behind Little Bad Ren. So let's go. I've seen this art style from Schlockluster Video is the screen name in Reddit that he'll post a lot of this on old receipts or various things, but taking an old print and superimposing some new art on top of it. I just think if there's a name for that style, I don't know what the name is, but it just conveys so well. And this is so cool. But get that facial expression, right? That is exactly the haunted visage of somebody who did not ask to be stitched together. Brenda Wren, you have very well, pardon the pun, rendered good old Frankenstein here. ABC, that's all right. We go from look, man. This is a guy who, from his facial expression, is saying to me, "Get out of my lagoon. I didn't ask you to drive your Rita boat in here, trying to take me back for study, for ichthyology or what have you. But the bubble, see the 3D, it is a flat image, but you got the dynamic use of space from again the feet more in the backdrop, the claw more in the foreground, the bubbles. It's very 3D for a 2D piece, and also similar to Frank. She didn't ask. She wasn't trying to live that life. She but credit. Details in the face, just the eyes, the window to the soul. It's showing a great sadness in the Bride of Frankenstein's face there. All right, and now we'll probably see this again. It's been a long time. Today was the day I pulled the plug. I should have ran over and grabbed the other creatures, but we're not going to have. We'll save that for other. But look at that, the Migo, the giant size. Again, talk about facial expressions. And again, Migo, I don't regret this at the convention, but if Migo had continued to create the rest of the monster line in this size, well, we'd probably eventually be seeing it somewhere in the backdrop over here. But I knew there'd be a day where that would come home in a bag, and today was the day for that.
Are there other creatures?
So there's also Dracula, and I think the third one is Frankenstein because it's been so long. This is easily Googleable, but we're not trying to stay for too long here. We're actually gonna, we got in. We wanted to get a live stream out. Anyway, start me talking on Migo, and then we're not going to be in and out.
So are you now going to look for the other ones?
That's entirely possible. That's when you get your flashback horror conventions or your curiosities and oddities and curiosities expos where these things, and then there's the Kane County Toy Show. So I guess I need a bit of a white whale in Jim Campbell terminology. How you doing, Jim Campbell? So we're good. Let's see, but Svengoolie is joining us from the Svengoolie dungeon. Good evening to all okay, Michaela, are you all set now? Because the show's coming on in less than 20 minutes, Michaela. Are you ready to see some Vincent? Oh, wait. Wished I was there to meet Sven and the Sven Squad in person. Stick to him. So again, this here conversation is not the Sven heavy post-convention coverage, but that will be coming soon. Michaela, I will not do spoilers, but there are good things on the horizon, and do check in Reddit. I know Nanette was dropping in a lot of Svengoolie images into Reddit earlier today. I don't know if you had the chance to check or not. I hope you're about to enjoy yourself some Vincent Price and House of Haunted Hill. Gee, do you see there's a couple of Vinnie Prices right there in front of the Svengoolie lunchboxes? We'll close out. But gee, what was your first memories of Vincent Price? Was it him coming around on the Muppets? Did his vocalizations on the Michael Jackson Thriller make you go wow? Like what are some noteworthy Vincent Price things for you in this man's long and storied career?
Michael Jackson.
Hey, because
the
I think before it occurred, and to this day, I don't think there's any rival for somebody to come in and do some spoken word inside a musical track.
Exactly.
Vincent Price, Haunted Hill tonight on Svengoolie. More Svengoolie focused C2E2 coverage coming in. Now, let me flip the script.
When's the next live stream?
To be determined. It'll be coming around soon. And here comes Michaela again to say she's seen the images and from the autograph table, and her hope is to get Michaela, fingers crossed that the stars will align for that one day. Thank you if you've watched live. Please, were you at the convention? Were you not at the convention? Did you have experiences, questions about the convention? Please leave that in the comments. Come hang out in the Svengoolie subreddit. This has been Chestar G and Mr. C. And we are diving out. Have a good night, everybody.